Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at from Transformers Age of the Primes. This is Combaticon Blast Off. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. Pretty standard fare here for your Age of the Primes packaging here. You do have the More Than Meets the Eye logo, Autobot logo, and then you have 2 out of 5 for Bruticus. Converts in 17 steps. You have your age range there. You see Blast Off packaged in his robot mode. Some beautiful artwork as always in robot mode and in space shuttle mode. Very cool. Transformers Age of the Primes Combaticon Blast Off on the side. Much the same. You do get a full picture of Bruticus again. 2 out of 5, collect to combine. On the bottom, product information. On the side, you see he is a deluxe class. You do see the 13 primes there, till all are one. On the back is where we find our product images. Again, 2 out of 5, collect to combine. There is Blast Off, converts in 17 steps from robot mode to space shuttle mode. More Than Meets the Eye, Authentics logo, and a bunch of legalities at the bottom. So that's about it for the packaging. So let's get Blast Off opened up and see what he's all about. Okay, here we have Combaticon Blast Off out of the packaging. Before we get into his details, let's take a quick look at the 2 accessories he does come with, which are these 2 blasters just cast in that same brown plastic we see in robot mode. And there's a little bit of molded detail on there, so pretty nice. You can hold them in robot mode, but I gotta say the pegs on here are not very long, so they tend to be a little bit loose in the hands here. I think they're more meant to be used either on the sides as sort of sidearm weapons, or in vehicle mode, you can put them on the side of the insides of the wings right here. So they definitely peg in a lot better right here. You could tab them in on the front as well. If you're gonna like pose them or something, they are a little bit loose. Let's get up close on that head sculpt. Very nice. You get silver for the eyes and mask, a little bit of light purple paint on the top, and a little bit of gray there. It's very, very square looking. It's a little bit tall looking, but not bad. It goes all the way around. It's filled in. It's not no hollow parts or anything like that. So yeah, the head sculpt looks very nice. Front and center, you have the Decepticon logo, a little bit of detail there on the chest. If you look at the G1 figure, that's that sort of triangle shape. I think they did a really good job of sort of having this part jut out to sort of emulate the G1 look here. The only thing that really bothers me with this robot mode is his hands. You know, they are basically the tip of the space shuttle mode. I don't think there's anything really they could have done to avoid that. I don't know, maybe they could have separated it and had this be a separate piece. That's the really only thing that bothers me. Other than that, he's just got some really nice dark gray with the purple and that sort of dark brown. And it's very, very Blast Off. There's a little bit of brown detail on the waist section here. A little bit of sculpted detail as well. Going down on the legs, you have the peg holes there. You get the blasters for the feet. Also from the back, he doesn't have much of a backpack. Very clean looking. And everything is filled in, except for the insides of the legs. Not bad. They definitely did a better job on this as opposed to on Vortex. If you remember on Vortex, the inside of his leg was just all hollow. At least they have this little piece here to sort of fill it in. There's a side-by-side comparison of G1 Blast Off and the new Age of the Primes Blast Off. Some other comparisons include the Unite Warriors Blast Off here, and I think this is just night and day. And here we have his arm mate, Vortex. And lastly, fellow Decepticon Dragstrip. Let's take a look at Blast Off's articulation. This guy's superposable. Let's start at the head. The head can go all the way around. It can do a full 360. It has a little bit of side to side, not much, a little bit of up and down, so not a whole lot on the head. His shoulders do go out like this. If you want more articulation, you can take this transformation piece and get a all the way up pose, like almost over his head there. His arms can go all the way around. He does have an upper bicep swivel here, a little over 90 at the elbow. His wrist can swivel around like that. And then he does have a full unhindered waist swivel there, which goes all the way around. And all the joints on this guy are very, very tight. He can do the full splits. He can kick back that far. He can kick up about that far. He does have a 90-degree at the knee, which is just a single joint there. And then he does have an upper thigh cut right there. And then he does have the ankle tilt right here, which goes very, very deep. And I guess if you want toe articulation, it does bend down, but that is basically because of transformation. So Blast Off is pretty well articulated. This is not an articulation thing, but this is just a design thing. When he's holding his guns, this kind of bothers me. When he's holding his guns, it just looks like he has like oven mitts on, or he has like mittens on. Again, it's just the way the hands are designed. From either side, it just looks off. As soon as you pull the gun off, obviously you can see the hand. Anyways, let's get this guy transformed. Okay, here we have Age of the Primes, Combaticon Blastoff, all transformed into his shuttle mode. Let's take a look at the details. First and foremost, we gotta address the elephant in the room, the huge Decepticon logo on the front there. I just love this. I think this is just a great addition to the shuttle mode here. Just done in a light purple, really stands out here. You got some light purple again for the windshield of the cockpit. You do see that nice purple there coming through, a little bit of molded detail. You do see how the fists come together for the front of the shuttle mode. Going down the shuttle, you have the Decepticon logos on either side of the wings. You get a little bit of detail there. All throughout, you get some nice molded detail on the tail fin as well. But yeah, a very solid looking shuttle mode. On the back, you do see the blasters. And the blasters are blast effect compatible. I mean, you gotta have blast effects with the space shuttle, but you can put them on the bottom or you can put them on the top, which is very nice. You get some different playability there on the back. He cleans up very nicely. Transformation is very fun. It's easy to flip him back and forth. He does have a little bit of landing gear right there, which just folds out from the bottom. Let's get into some vehicle mode comparisons. First off, we have to compare him with his G1 self. Next, we have the Night Warriors Blastoff. Of course, we have Vortex. For a car mode comparison, we have Decepticon Dragstrip. And last but definitely not least, a leader class comparison with Siege Astrotrain. And of course, Blastoff has weapon storage in vehicle mode. Basically what the instructions say is you can put the guns on the bottom here, right under the wings. So they will just plug in on the bottom like that. And you do have Blastoff armed up and ready to fight. You can also store the weapons in these slots right here. And you can also technically put him on the front here where his fists are. But again, like I said, in robot mode, they are very loose and they do fall off like that. So not a very firm grip there, but technically it's something you can do if you want a sort of different look for Blastoff. But again, they fall right out. Let's get Combaticon Blastoff transformed back into his robot mode and I'll give you my final thoughts. So my final thoughts for Blastoff as he spins around on the old turntable here. Blastoff is a solid figure all the way around. His transformation's fun and intuitive. He has some nice paint details in both modes and his articulation is on point. My only qualm would be his nose cone hands, but that's just a minor gripe. Blastoff makes an awesome entrance into the world of Combiner Bruticus. I can't wait for the rest. This has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been my look at Combaticon Blastoff from Age of the Primes. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more great content. Please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, till all are one.